Okay, so we all know exercise is a total game changer for managing blood sugar, right? But what if I told you that when you exercise could be just as important? Seriously, a morning workout versus an evening one can have completely different impacts on your glucose. It's kind of wild.
This is probably the #1 question people ask. Everyone's looking for that magic bullet. Do I need to be out there at sunrise for a fasted walk, or is a strength session after dinner better? Well, let's dig in and find out.
But before we go any further, I gotta be real with you. There is no single perfect answer that works for everyone. So this isn't about me giving you a rule book. Instead, I'm gonna give you a super simple framework so you can discover what works best for your body. All right, first things first, we need to talk about your body's internal clock. It's like your body runs on its own daily schedule. And trust me, the you at 7 in the morning is a totally different person, metabolically speaking, than the you at 7 at night. This is your circadian rhythm, and it completely changes how you respond to the very same workout.
Just think about it, right? Your hormone levels like cortisol are shifting all day, your body temperature changes, and of course, there's whether you've just eaten or not. All these things play a massive part, and it's all orchestrated by that internal 24-hour clock.
Now check this out. This chart right here, it's pretty much the key to this whole conversation. It shows your natural insulin sensitivity. You can just think of that as how good your body is at using insulin to handle sugar. And look, it's at its absolute peak in the morning, and then it just kind of slides down as the day goes on. This is exactly why the timing of your workout can be such a big deal.
So because of this rhythm, we end up with two totally different exercise scenarios. In the morning, you're usually in a fasted state. Your fuel tanks, your glycogen stores are running low. So your body is primed to burn more fat. But in the evening, you're in a fed state. You've got a full tank of gas from your meals, which is awesome for a really tough workout and for burning off that glucose from dinner right away.
All right, let's dive into option 1, the morning workout. I want you to think about this as making a metabolic investment first thing in the morning. It's not just about that one workout. It's about setting yourself up for success for the whole rest of the day.
And here it is. This is the big one. A single workout in the morning can boost your insulin sensitivity by a whopping 15 to 25%, and get this, for the entire day. We're not just talking about breakfast. We're talking about your body handling lunch better and even dinner hours and hours later. That's huge.
And the perks don't stop there, not even close. For one, people who exercise in the morning, they just stick with it more consistently. Plus, it's a great way to tackle that stubborn morning fasting glucose. And you know, it just kind of sets you up for a better day, with more mental clarity and a better mood.
Okay, but let's be real, it's not all perfect. There are some downsides. You do have a higher risk of going low, especially for folks on insulin. And hey, not everyone is built to jump out of bed at 5 a.m. Plus, your muscles are cold, so you absolutely have to take time for a good warm-up to prevent injuries.
So, who is the morning workout really for? It's for the person who wants to be proactive. If your biggest headache is high fasting numbers and you want to give your body a metabolic advantage all day long, morning exercise might just be your best friend.
Okay, now let's completely flip the script and talk about evening exercise. If morning workouts are the proactive investment, then evening workouts are the reactive damage control hero. They are an absolute superstar when it comes to tackling that big spike after dinner.
And just look at the power it has. A simple walk or workout after dinner can knock down that post-meal peak by 20, even 40 points. It's literally like your muscles become a sponge, soaking up all that extra sugar from your bloodstream right when you need it most.
And physically, your body is just ready to go in the evening. You're warmer, you're stronger, you're at your peak performance-wise. Plus, it's such a great way to melt away the stress from the day. And less stress is always better for your blood sugar.
Now, the big one to watch out for here is sleep. If you go too hard, too close to bedtime, it can really mess with your sleep. And that's a problem, because poor sleep can make you more insulin resistant the next day. Also, you know, things just come up in the evening, right? It's easier for a workout to get canceled.
So, the verdict on evening workouts? It's an amazing tool if your main enemy is that giant post-dinner spike. It's also perfect for anyone who really wants to maximize their strength and muscle building gains.
Okay, we've laid out the case for team morning and team evening. So how in the world do you choose? Well, here's the best part. You don't have to guess. It's time to stop listening to what works for everyone else and start listening to what your own data is telling you.
So when you put them head to head, what does the research actually show? It's super clear. Morning wins for fasting glucose and consistency, hands down. Evening wins for killing post-meal spikes and for pure strength. But, and this is the fascinating part, when you look at the big picture, the main goal of time and range, it's a dead heat, a tie.
Let's put some real-world perspective on this. This is from someone named Deepti, and I just love how she put it. She said her morning walks created a metabolic runway for her day. That's perfect, right? It wasn't just about the 30 minutes of walking. It was about how it prepped her body to handle food better for the rest of the day.
And look at her numbers. The proof is right there in the data. She went from 62% time and range to 78%. That's a 16-point jump. That is an absolutely life-changing difference, and the only thing she changed was the time of day she exercised. Incredible.
So, you want to have your own Deepti moment? Of course you do. Here's how. You're going to run a simple 2-week experiment on yourself. For week 1, you're all in on morning exercise. Pick an activity, do it for about 30 to 45 minutes before breakfast every day. The most important part? You track everything. Fasting glucose, time and range, how you feel.
Then, for week 2, you guessed it, you flip it. You take that same workout and move it to after dinner. You track all the same stuff. And at the end of the 2 weeks, you become your own health detective. You lay out the data from week 1 right next to week 2, and boom, the numbers won't lie. Your data will tell you what's best for you.
But listen, after all this science and data and charts, I want to leave you with the single most important piece of advice. The absolute best time to exercise is the time that you can actually consistently do it. A pretty good plan that you stick with is infinitely better than a perfect plan that you ditch after 3 days.
So, there you have it. You've got the framework, you've got the test, you have everything you need to find your answer. So now the only question left is, what is your data gonna tell you?